How's it going, people? How's it going? ArmChair Pundit back again. Hope everyone's well and keeping safe in the coronavirus. And I'm back again on the YouTuberverse. So, yeah. Quick one today. I've just got the results for Game Week 26. What I'm going to start doing as well, and my prediction shows are going to start being on a Friday. If it's a Friday evening kickoff, which we have sometimes, I'll do it Friday morning. But if it is a Friday, if it's not a Friday evening kickoff, then I'll do it around this time. Now, as you may notice, you can see the lighting on my green screen is not great at the moment. There's a few things I'm sorting out, which I've mentioned on some of my other videos. So there's a few things to sort out, but it's not perfect. But I guess it will do for now. I guess. But you lot can let me know, by the way. All right. So yeah, Game Week 26. I've got results, and with that being said, with the game week that I'm on, it's not finished by a long way. You've got what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We've got 8 more games left. So the actual Game Week 26 does finish on Thursday, the 4th of March. We've had 9 games already, though. And that's obviously Saturday, Sunday games. And we've got today, we've got Everton playing Southampton. Big up yourselves again for first day of the month. We're into March already. And new variants all the time kicking in. So I'm not going to get into those. Just remember, I'm going to save those for another time. All right. So let's give my predictions for game week. Not predictions, my results for game week 26. And let's see how right or how wrong I was. Here we go. I'm not sure why I always do this, but I seem to have a pen. And as soon as I start, I don't see it. There it is. I'm worse than my son. He drops his pen a lot of times when the homeschooling one, but that's another story. All right, so let's start off the results on my predictions for Game Week 26. So I had Manchester City versus West Ham. Now, if you go back to my show, I don't need to prove it to you all by now. I did say it would be 2-1 to City, and it was. So that's a good start, I guess. I had West Brom versus Brighton. Now, I did have Brighton to win, and they lost. They lost 1-0. Well done, West Brom. They needed that. They definitely needed that. Leeds versus Aston Villa. I had a 2-2 draw that one. I had 2-2, and it was Aston Villa won 1-0. Well done, Aston Villa. And Newcastle versus Wolves. I had a 2-2 draw I had for that one. I just thought they would draw for some reason, and they did. 1-1. Crystal Palace versus Fulham. I had a 1-1 draw. And I thought they would draw, and they did 0-0. Didn't think it would be 0-0 though. Bit of a stinker. Leicester versus Arsenal. Now, ironically, I did have a 2-2 draw. And as you all know by now, Arsenal won 3-1. Watched that game. It was a good game, actually. Good performance by Arsenal. Running out comprehensive winners. Next game was Tottenham versus Burnley. I had Tottenham to win 2-1. They won 4-0. They were definitely up for it. I think they scored within the first 2 minutes or something. Chelsea versus Man United. I had Man United to win 3-1. And that was a stinker. I should have seen that coming. That's probably one I should have had as 0-0. Should have seen that coming. And then Sheffield United versus Liverpool. I had that game as Liverpool 2-0 winners. And that brings me on very nicely to top six, bottom six. That was the 9 games for Saturday and Sunday, and those were my results. So did fairly well. As I've said on all my posts recently, that I will be doing a little graph, just like you see with all of the ongoings with the coronavirus. Well, I'm sure all the working crew and all those individuals are used to spreadsheets and so on and so forth. So I'm going to do a nice spreadsheet so you can see how it all. Yeah, I was just going to say, so, leads me on to top six, bottom six. Let's go with top six first. As you know, we've still got 8 more games to go in game week 26. So there's a lot more changes, but a lot of those games are the game in hand that teams had. So it's not too bad in terms of me saying this. It's not like a new set of games. But again, it will obviously affect what's going on in the league, obviously. So top six, Manchester City won again, obviously. Man United with the draw. Leicester City losing to Arsenal, which I'm not surprised they lost, because Arsenal are a good footballing team, but it's watching it, you do think, it was quite interesting how we actually just went out and beat them, even though we have got that in our locker. But they've got a horrendous injury list now, Harvey Barnes being the latest to go out there. West Ham still sitting in 4th, even though they lost to City. Chelsea in 5th and Liverpool in 6th. So, I guess, normal. I'll say normal. It's still a little bit jumbled up there. Leicester and West Ham, I still think, can move out. Who probably will dip. Man United seem to be quite consistent at the moment, so you'd have to give them a look out for them. They don't seem to be going anywhere. They seem quite lodged in. They're still playing good football, mind you. Leicester, as I say, the injury list is horrendous. West Ham, you'd expect them to dip. For them to be where they are at the moment is amazing, and they're playing really well. That Declan Rice, I think it's been mentioned. Declan Rice, a number of their players, Antonio, playing really well. So it's looking interesting for them. The Chelsea manager, Tuchel, whatever his name is, he seems to have steadied the ship. They're in 5th. He seems to have steadied the ship, but as I say, once that honeymoon period goes, let's see if they are still fighting the way they are at the moment, especially with him coming out with various remarks a couple of weeks ago. And then Liverpool, again, they beat Sheffield United. Who isn't beating Sheffield United at the moment? So well done to them. West Ham still Everton are still very close behind Liverpool in 7th. Tottenham in 8th, Aston Villa 9th, and Arsenal 10th. And I'm just only going that far down because I did want to just briefly discuss Arsenal. Letting a very early go again, which is not good for Arsenal. We've done it a few times against Villa and a couple of other teams. We seem to be doing it though, and it seems to wake us up. But we can't keep getting woken up. He made a lot of changes from the Benfica game, coming off the Europa. They were in Europa as well, and they went out to Sparta Prague. So it was quite interesting that both teams, they feel they did the best they could. We made quite a few changes. It wasn't our strongest team we could have started with, and we played well. Apart from conceding early, we played really, really well. A lot of dynamicness, a lot of pressing, a lot of attitude, which is what I like. I like the attitude in the game. I like players to really put their stamp on it, and they don't have to be crazy guys off the pitch or anything like that. It's just when you get on that pitch, everyone knows when you cross that white line, you get that urge and you just want to play football. You just want to do really well. Pepe doing really well. Willian is getting a lot of praise. Willian, He's getting a lot of praise, and for me, it's the least he can do. I've not been too critical of him, but it is the least he can do in an Arsenal top with the experience he has. And it's not like he's coming from a new country coming into the league and he's not sure what's going on. And he played for AC Milan his whole career. He's been in this country the whole time. So for me, it's the least he can do is put on a performance like that. He weren't exactly, he didn't play everybody off the park and was completely outstanding. I understand for his own confidence, he deserves to be praised, but it is the least he can do at this time. That's the least you can expect from him. So well played either way. Who else did we have in there? I think we had Smith Rowe who come off. Excuse me. And he seems to be okay. I don't think it's anything long term. I think it's more precautionary. So I hope to see him back soon. Lacazette played right, had a good penalty go, to be fair. And that's really it, really. Everyone kind of played comfortable. I would say Cedric and Tierney, yeah, they're the guys. They are guys. No, listen, Bellerin is not. He's a good athlete. Let's put it that way. But in terms of when you cross that right line, as I just mentioned, as a footballer, he's not quite that guy. You know what I mean? I think he, in the change room and on the pitch, he's the same guy, which is slightly worrying, where you can see Cedric and Tierney, they switch on. Partey is the same. Even Aubameyang, I'm not sure, but he just needs service. And then he can do what he needs to do. It's a different type of mentality when it comes to a striker. So Bellerin, I'm not too sure about him, but we've been saying that for how long? So I guess he'll be all right because Arteta obviously likes him. So I'm sure he'll be fine. And then, you had the centre-backs. I think we had Mari. Mari played well. And David Luiz. So what you expect? And Leno didn't really put a foot wrong. So all round good performance. What I'm a little bit concerned about is that we can and we know we have this performance in our locker. It's not the first time Arsenal Football Club have played like this. And then you still get games similar to a Villa game. And there's a list of where we completely the levels. So I don't know if, I'm only thinking to myself from a football tactician. And, throughout seasons, they hit peak and they go down. They have to all go down. Is he trying to find the players in a certain rhythm so they can all be in a place at the same time where they hit peak? And then when they all drop together, because I'm sure with the techniques and the software and all of the technology within football these days, you're trying to find that balance where everyone does it cohesive and everyone's, doing it at the same time. Fonsway and all that, and they all want to peak together as a team and they want to go together whilst obviously having that continuity. So if that's what that and listen, that doesn't take one season. That takes a long time to get that rhythm right individually as a club, on and off the pitch, to get that harmony right. So if that's what he's doing, if that's what's building up here, then that, when they say trust the process, then trust the process. All right. So let's see how we get on. But good result, good win from the Arsenal. But let's not try and drop like we have done, like when we play, as I say, the teams like Villa. But again, winning and going through in Europa, which was a bit rocky, a bit interested if you watched it. It just shows there's performances in there. All right. So well done, the Arsenal. Bottom six. Who we got now? I always start bottom up. So Sheffield United, I've said it, man. They've got 11 points. I think they're doing. My lighting's just terrible. Every time I move, it looks like I'm in the Matrix or, you know what I mean, Terminator or something. Sheffield United. Can't see them getting out. West Brom, that was a good win by them. It was actually a good win. Beating Brighton. Brighton needed points in that game, and I think there was a lot of controversy as well. I think there was a lot going on, and Oh, I tell you one thing though, I saw the free kick for Brighton, and listen, we've all been there on a grassroots perspective where the ref says, "Go on in, have your free kick," and then you have it quick, and then how can he double blow? He in his head, he's got to say, "Whatever, I've got to leave it until that play plays out," and if it doesn't come to nothing, then he can say, "You know what? I'm a lucky ref." And if it does, I blew the whistle. I got to let it go. So I can't exactly remember why he blew it twice, apparently before it crossed the line. I'm sorry, Brighton Football Club, look where they are, they're minus 7 points. They've scrapped all season. I've rated them. I'm sure many other people have. They're on 26 points, and that is what's happening. Listen, you can't make this shit up, mate. But well done, West Brom. Ainsley Maitland-Niles is there. He's with his boys, his new boys, and got the W, man. So well done. Fulham just above them on 23. And as I said, I've been saying it. Fulham are pushing. Scott Parker's pushing. He's not interested in. At first, it was all madness. Everyone, at first, the fact that they went down the first time after spending all that money, and then they came straight back up with him. At first, we all was like, boy. But listening to him as I have, he's galvanized those boys, and he's got a way out. There is a way out. There is definitely a way out. And from a London perspective, I'm like, yeah, get out. From anything else, from a football perspective, I think I like him. I like the manager. The manager seems like he's really trying, and he's got them really in a bubble, as it were, and they look like they're fighting for him. So I like that side of it. So yeah, they're really pushing Newcastle to the end. Newcastle draw the other day. They needed that draw. No one's really, that bottom six, no one's got time to lose, really. No one really has got time to lose. And Newcastle and Brighton don't. Brighton lost that game. It was a draw that they needed at least, and they lost. So, it puts them on 26 with Newcastle. Then you've got Burnley on 28. I think Burnley lost, didn't they? Yeah, they lost to Spurs. So, that's your bottom six. And then Southampton on 30, Crystal Palace 33. So that's kind of the bottleneck there. I think Wolves are kind of safe. Leeds look good. You've got yours truly, Arsenal Football Club. So either way, we're just bang smack in the middle, unfortunately. Even though we're pulling off, we're making top four look pretty mediocre. So this is weird from an Arsenal perspective. Yeah, Burnley. I'm not who they got next. They've got so Leicester. Leicester have got Burnley and Brighton. That's who those two teams play respectively. I'm guessing one of those will be in one of the game in hands. Yep. So Wednesday, Burnley play Leicester. So, Leicester obviously need to win and bounce back, and Burnley definitely cannot afford to do anything else but get points out of that game. So it's warming up nicely, guys. I'm going to keep doing that analysis. Next season will come more apparent into what I want to try and do. As I said, as an armchair, from an armchair perspective, punditry stuff, I'm just trying to give my opinions and what I think football, how it can be discussed and how it should be discussed from an armchair perspective. I'm not a top analysis. I'm not out there with all the flashy lights, as you can see. I look like I'm in the Matrix somewhere, but that is my analysis, people. I hope you've enjoyed listening. There's my results. As I said, I'm going to do my predictions now on Fridays. If there's a game on Friday, I'll do it Friday morning. If there's no game, it will be in the afternoon, evening time, around now kind of thing. And it just makes it a little bit more spicy, I think, because I'm leaving it for the whole week because I did it on Monday a few times. And I feel like that's just too long. So I'm going to do it a little bit earlier and go from there. All right, guys, listen, enjoy yourself. Enjoy the rest of the week. It's the last week before the kids go back. So if you're really delighted about that, have some fun with that one. All right, but listen. enjoy yourselves, keep safe, stay strong, and I'll see you on the other side very soon. All right, peace out.